Welcome back up on the mountain today. We're going to do some excavating. First step is to put some gas in this thing. It's way down inside here. Last time we broke the little chain on the thing, so we'll just put that right over there. So we have a slightly different gas can arrangement today. It has one of these long snorkels on it. All right. Once you get it going, it's not too bad. It's got this little red handle thing you have to push in. But at least you can leave the filter in the gas tank. That's a good thing. Now, I don't know how much gas we need. I thought it was pretty empty, but perfect. Had several comments that say just leave these screws out, you don't need them. I don't know about that. Sometimes when you're going downhill, it's kind of nice to have your seat attached to the tractor and not flip you up over the controls. It's not like you have a steering wheel to lean on. You have joysticks that if you push on them, bad things happen. Next thing we need to do is take the grease gun around and grease up all the things. Do both at once. So I changed out a whole bunch of the grease zerks to the nipple type. I think that's the word. But there's 3 or 4 that still take the pin type fitting, so we'll get those also. Now the fittings that are the pin type is this one right down here that you can't reach because the bucket's in the way. This one here, you can reach it, but there's a cylinder right on top of it, so it's hard to get. And then there's this one down here that is way too far up in there for the tool that they gave us. So I need to put it on a list to swap out those grease zerks with the same as everything else so we can put our good grease gun on there. We'll try to remember that for next time. All right, starting the mini excavator is pretty straightforward. We have a choke over here we have to pull out. Throttle lever we set somewhere in there. Over on this side we have a battery disconnect that also turns the fans on. And then we turn the key. Perfect. We're definitely not going to win any races in this thing. All right, we made it down to the work site. If you watched the last video, you noticed that we cut a bunch of trees, used the chipper shredder, made big piles of stuff. So the road with the washout problem is down there, but I think the problem starts right at this intersection. We have a super steep road coming down this way. We have this road coming down this way. There is a little culvert right down here. I don't think the water's running into it. So I think the first thing we're going to do is dig this swale out right about here. Make sure that all the water coming down goes into the culvert. That should take care of about 1/3 of the problem. And then we can move over here to the other side of this road. And starting from about that tree, we need to dig a nice ditch around this corner. We got to just make sure the water stays in that ditch and doesn't come out here in the middle. Let's start digging. right, that was a lot of fun. So here's what we ended up doing, just cleaning out this entryway right here into the ditch. We pretty much dug it back up to here where we know the water's running in the ditch and got a nice clean path all the way to that culvert. All right, so we got the problem over there solved. We've repositioned. We're going to start right about at this tree, coming down here, digging this ditch out. And we're going to continue that all the way down to that paved road. That looks like a whole lot of fun.
Dusty old truck, tires spinning slow down a gravel road where the wild things go. Past the chicken coop and the sagging fence line to my little patch of heaven where the sun does shine. And there she sits, all orange and bright, my mini excavator, a beautiful sight. She ain't big and burly, no giant machine, just pint-sized powerhouse, you know what I mean. She's small but mighty, with a lot of heart, tearing through the earth, playing her part, digging out stumps or clearing new ground. Best little friend a hillbilly ever found. Yeah, she's cute as a button, with tracks in the dirt, makes a hard day's labor feel a little less hurt. Got her quirks and her rattles, a stubborn old soul, but she helps me reach every last one of my goals. Now she ain't perfect, I'll freely admit. Sometimes that throttle, it just wants to quit. And that hydraulic line, it sprung a small leak, leaves a little oil stain on my weathered cheek. She sputters and grumbles on a cold winter's morn, and that little bucket gets stuck on a thorn. But with a tap and a wiggle and a cuss or two, she fires right up, ready for something new. She's small but mighty, with a lot of heart, tearing through the earth, playing her part, digging out stumps, clear new ground. Best little friend a hillbilly ever found. Yeah, she's cute as a button, with tracks in the dirt, makes a hard day's labor feel a little less hurt. Got her quirks and her rattles, a stubborn old soul, but she helps me reach every last one of my goals. We dug the bowl pipes and laid new power lines, cleared out the creek bed through all kinds of times. From planting the garden to fixing the drain, she's right there beside me through sunshine and rain. She ain't got no fancy GTP screen, just good old-fashioned muscle, if you know what I mean. She's small but mighty, with a lot of heart, tearing through the earth, playing her part, digging out stumps or clearing new ground. Best little friend a hillbilly ever found. Yeah, she's cute as a button, tracks in the dirt, makes a hard day's labor feel a little less hurt. I got her quirks and her rattles, a stubborn old soul, but she helps me reach every last one of my goals. So if you see me out there covered in grime with my little orange digger, having a good time, don't you dare laugh or shake your head slow, 'cause that mini excavator, she helps my dreams grow. Yeah, she helps my dreams grow down this old dirt road.
Now, we didn't quite make it down to the road. I'm going to show you why. From this point on, there's quite a few big rocks in here, And I think these rocks may have been put in here for a purpose, to slow the water down coming down the hill. So I think we're going to leave that. It looks like any water that's in the ditch is going to stay in the ditch. So yeah, let's put the excavator away and clean up our mess. All right, now we have the Kubota tractor. We're going to level out the dirt. Luckily this thing goes a lot faster. We reattached our box blade on the back because we're going to need it. All right, we got the Kubota tractor down here. We ended up doing a lot more digging right here by the main street. Looks like there's a lot of dirt mixed in with these rocks. So now we're going to manually take all these big rocks and put them back in the ditch. Still think it helps slow the water down. So that's what we're going to do. Moving those rocks is not easy. It's not a lot of fun. It may not look like much, but let me show you what I'm trying to do. So we had a problem with the water running right down this road. So we dug a lot of dirt out on this side, and we're trying to put all the dirt over here. And what we want to do is make a slight slope into this ditch. And we're going to continue that all the way up the mountain. So we're going to take all this dirt, put it on this side of the road, try to get the water to lean into this ditch. Now I have at least 2 more hours of this. Well, I'm pretty sure that's enough work for one day. You guys get outside, do something fun, come back and tell me about it.